franchise, we gonna do the same thing on your ass. They gotta stop your own shit.
Come on now.
Look, man, look, he made they let people into the whole game.
Yeah.
You see what the game a little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
He mentioned the whole game, even the same play, all that. I didn't say nothing. Cause I gotta beat that shit. Cause see, with the Eagles, man, look at that ball jumper. That ball strong as fuck. Block shit not that good. It's not bad, but it's not good. You know my center Kelsey, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He had 90 days run block. You wanna die with someone in the middle.
Yeah, for now, hell.
I like when that wet on the toes. Picture me riding around in that rose. I put some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Still ain't got time with you.
Oh man, let's see here. What we got? What color you in? All black. Okay, make sure I got some all white or something.
I live with birds come out. Sounds like I seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the beam in the flat. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk to chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they screaming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the jet and they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah.
Well, hell, I got room to lose a couple anyway. Shit, the goddamn Cowboys way behind. I said, shit, I got room to lose a couple games before it hurt me. Shit, goddamn Black and lost, what, 4 games? Cowboys, he done lost, I don't know how many damn Cowboys have lost.
Yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy.
Who, Black? Oh, hell no. Cowboys ain't even gonna, man, Cowboys ain't even gonna goddamn be a contender.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls,
it looked like if he wanted to be one, he would have made room to damn play me instead of all that damn ducking.
New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah,
that'll be
hell,
taken in the end zone.
Green. Hell, both of us in black.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 20.
Man, here go Madden with that bullshit tonight. Money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag. Let's try this shit again. Fucking mad bitches. Damn, I'm gonna turn my Spotify on, play my own music. Try this shit again.
So don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He made sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? When I look at my snap, I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit
No,
the roof.
they showing me in all black.
My whole life, I have no clue what to do with these rats. They be late, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline.
I'm still all white. No, see now it's showing me in black. See, yeah. Alright, it better leave me in white this time. I mean, this shit say current away option. Damn. Yeah, watch this fucked up shit. Your ass gonna end up getting a goddamn ball first. I'm really gonna be mad.
With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum, always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go your man with my name in your mouth? I do the
First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Come on now, let's go.
Working, huh?
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Come on now, let's go.
On 2nd down, Freeman able to spin free. And here a juke. Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
95-56. Ready,
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Cookies.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Ready? 11.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Need your line.
And an alley to run. Nifty footwork at the 45. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
7 on the year. I just got it.
And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front, because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Oh, man, if you got them down that bitch on
and it
the 1,
comes
I
out
was
to the
about to be so
25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just
we
yet.
had that pick. That shit was right there, too.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Come on, guys, gotta tighten up and see what he's looking for. I see that shit already. Yep, that pass just taught me a valuable lesson.
Ready.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
I'm trying to break some necks out here, goddammit.
Breeze to throw on second down. Drops this up to Kamara out of the backfield.
Ooh, bye-bye. Right yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Yeah. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Every game I hurt somebody. Yes, I'm back in my fucking zone. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. He passing. He looking for some quick as shit, too.
Now Breeze, maybe a free play. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds.
Damn, I needed that shit, too.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew them off sides.
Ready, sir. Waiting.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
It's all good. We'll bounce back. No worries.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35.
Get your ass out of here.
Now it looks like we get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
He got that shoulder. Yeah, his ass done. He done. That's a shoulder tear right there. I bet everybody watch this, man. I ain't playing that motherfucker. Everybody gonna duck my ass now.
Contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the
fuck, man, come on. I'm not even aggressive, yo. What the fuck?
Up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Shank is son of a bitch.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
5-8. Ready.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
That's all right. I put another hit on his ass.
6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Yeah, I put another one on.
95-56. Ready. 90-6.
On 1st down, Breeze.
Oh, what the fuck was that?
It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans.
Oh, that's your play right there. Don't run that shit no more.
Michael Thomas.
I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm sitting, you laughing. Don't run that shit no more.
And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz with the extra point, and that trims the lead down to 9. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
Let's go. I see the 30-yard line.
That's fielded in the end zone.
If I wouldn't got stuck on my block.
Take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's Wentz to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Come on now, let's go.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throw right side taken in by Wallace.
Give it here.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A first down for the Eagles. Wentz finding the former Raven Wallace.
Hang in there now, hang in there now.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Play action. Now Wentz. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Shorty. What's up?
Shotgun now for Wentz.
Oh,
motherfucker. Incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
25.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Got it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On 2nd down, Ingram looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
Let's give plenty of credit to the defense there. They stuffed them on 2nd and short. But if you're the offense, why would you change what you're doing? You've got a whole nother down to pick it up, and maybe even a 4th if you so choose.
Ready.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And bulldozing his way through. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big run there by Freeman. 51 yards on the ground. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They run with Ajayi. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Tyler Jamison in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. He finds an opening past the 40. Part of the reason they're here, no doubt, is his big performance in the NFC title game, and that's his first catch of the Super Bowl.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Ready, we're shot! Waiting!
To throw is Breeze. And Thomas has it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first.
Brandon, that's a tough guy right there. He knew that was going to happen. In other words, he'll have to absorb that hit. How about him securing the football churning the legs a little bit and gaining what he needed for a first down.
Well, that's the deal. On third down, these guys, they know where the sticks are. He obviously knew right there.
And if you want to be a dependable third down receiver, you've got to be willing to absorb those types of hits and make those sort of plays.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
21. Ready. Waiting. Let's hit.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. He dumps it down to Ingram. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Ready. Waiting.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And Gaines got it. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
Ready. We're waiting. Over.
Here's Breeze. Caught on the left side by Gannon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 19. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Got it.
Now Breeze again. Completes this one to Meredith. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Ready. 21. Ready. 36. 11. Ready. Let's hit.
Breeze to throw again. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Lutz puts this one through. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A final shot before half for Wentz. A quick hitter complete. It's Wallace. So we've an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Breeze now. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Breeze now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10.
21. Ready.
Now the pitch comes to Ingram. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go. Watch 89. Check.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. He goes underneath to Ingram. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Ready. 11. 12.
Breeze going to throw. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, they'll begin the drive with a jive. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, Run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw. He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size...
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches.
You fat, slow motherfucker.
4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting, starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Ready? You waiting?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ingram again, a 1st down carry. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Breeze hands to Ingram. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Sammy! Ready! Yellow lady! Got it! Watch the slant! Motion!
Breeze now on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back now here live in New Orleans. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And a short gain here down to the 22. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. And his first throw here is incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end. And now it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ingram. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Gave up on it. Motherfucker.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Go, go. Shift. Great, great.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Wentz forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running, and picks it up anyway. And now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the fourth.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Wins to throw on second down. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Throwing now is Wentz. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On play action, Wentz. Buying time and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Breeze. And Hill with it over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now Breeze, maybe a free play. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
let's go.
Wins to throw. Being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. 11 yards on the pickup. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Eagles on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And the Saints signal for another timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. The Eagles on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now the pitch to Freeman. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. Oh, good footwork on the spin. Again, he finds an opening.
Good game, man.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Eagles, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Good game.
Appreciate it, Ken.